Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a Chuck house. You guys know Chuck, he's the yellow Angry Bird from the film, the game, all of the other various endeavors that Angry Birds have hopped into. He's the yellow guy. By the way, if you do want to see any more Angry Birds related builds, let me know down in the comment section. I am reading them. A lot of you guys want to see something pig related. A lot of you guys were suggesting the bomb Angry Bird. Let me know if you do want to see those two things and any more that you might have in your head. Maybe I'll build them, maybe I won't, who knows, that's the fun. By the way, if you want to make my previous Angry Birds related build, you might be able to see Red there in the catapult. That's also a house, by the way. You can access that via the back, and Red's body is actually a house. All you have to do is head to either the card system or the description below and you'll find the tutorial for that. It will take you less than half an hour, trust me. Very, very simple build to make. More than enough talking. If you want to make Chuck, here's what you're going to need. So first of all, grab yourself some oakwood planks, grab yourself some oakwood stairs, grab dark oakwood stairs, grab dark oakwood planks. You'll also need some brown stained clay, and we might be able to grab everything else. Grab white wool, yellow wool, grab some black wool, and you'll also need, we'll probably need red stained clay first, and we will need actually just one more material, but we'll just have to grab it later now, won't we? So once you have each one of those materials right there, I almost said raterials, all of those materials right there, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I want to make him kind of about here, you're going to want to kick off your house with this sequence of blocks in a row on the floor. You actually want to do 5 oakwood planks coming directly up from the ground, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. You then want to, from this 5th block, do an up left diagonal. Go left of it by 3, that's 1, 2, 3. Then do 3 upper left diagonals, that's 1, 2, 3. Go up on top of that 3rd up left diagonal by 2, 1, 2. Then do 2 brown stained clay coming up, 1, 2. Then 4 more oakwood planks coming up, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then go right by 1. Go down by 3, that's 1, 2, 3. Do 2 brown stained clay coming down, 1, 2. Then come down by 3, 1, 2, 3. Then do 2 bottom right diagonals, that'll be 1 and 2. Go right by 10, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then do 2 upper right diagonals, that'll be 1 and 2. Go up on top of that 2nd up right diagonal by 2, 1, 2. Then go up by 2 with the brown stained clay, 1, 2. Go up by 4 with the oakwood planks, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then go right by 1, down by 3, that's 1, 2, 3. Go down by 2, 1, 2. Go down by 3, that's 1, 2, and 3. Then do 3 bottom left diagonals, that'll be 1, 2, and 3. You then want to go left by 4, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Connect down to the ground. So you just want to end up with something that should look a little bit like this. Perfect. So that's pretty much the outline-ish of the slingshot. You can then fill the center of this in with oakwood planks. We can then, with our oakwood stairs, you kind of just want to, underneath and above the corners of the slingshot, so where it would curve and bend, you want to have oakwood stairs facing the appropriate way. So can you see on the left there how we've kind of just smoothed off that area to turn it into a bit more of a slingshot-y looking shape, because you can see the left and right one's obviously a bit better. Well, you want to do that on both sides, and it should be fairly obvious where you want to place these. You probably don't need too much instruction here, and I'm not going to give you any because I'm sure that you'll be able to figure it out anyway. It's on the bendy bits on the left and right, and a little bit as well right at the base, and that's what you want to have. Now, that isn't everything with this. What you now want to do is this. You see this slingshot right here? You want to make another layer of it coming towards you. You want to add just an additional layer of everything, really, coming out in front of the slingshot. So you basically just want to double up on every single one of those materials. So that'll be all of the oakwood planks, that'll be all of the oakwood stairs, that'll be all of everything. All of everything. There's no need to go over everything. You just need to have every single one of those materials coming out in front of the slingshot by an additional layer. So we've just about done it, actually. We've done all of the oakwood planks, we've done all of the brown stained clay, and now we've just got to do the oak wood stairs in the various positions, haven't we? We've just got to do all of the oak wood stairs here. So I'm going to do it on the top here, then I'm going to come down below, and I'm just going to add in, there we go, all of the oak wood stairs, and that'll just turn the slingshot into, well, more of a slingshot. It just makes it look a bit more 3D. It just looks a little bit better, to be honest. That's basically it. It makes it look a little bit better. Now, once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. Come behind your slingshot. Take out your brown stained clay. On the left-hand side of the slingshot, where you have the brown stained clay, take the top right-hand corner of this square of brown stained clay. Extend it, coming towards you by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You then want to go right by 1. Towards you 1. Right 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 1. We then want to come to the opposite side here, so the opposite side of the slingshot, and this time taking the top left-hand square of your square of brown stained clay, you want to take this square and come out of the back of it by 4 with your brown stained clay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then go left 1, towards you 1, 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 left 1. Until there is a gap of just 1 in between. So you want to have the gap of 1 in between, like that. And what you then want to do is this. So you want to, as a matter of fact, you can probably connect them together because it doesn't really matter that much. Connect them together, and you want to, behind this row of 5 5 brown stained clay, do a row of 5 dark oak wood planks. Above that row of 5 oak wood planks, do a row of 3 dark oak wood planks in the center, and then 1 on top of the center block. Below that row of 5 dark oak wood planks, do 3 dark oak wood planks in the center, and then 1 coming down from the center block, so you have a shape which should look like this. You then want to, with your dark oak wood stairs, go around the edges of this particular shape, go around the edges and turn it into a more curved shape. So you just want to turn it into much more of a circular shape. You then, with your dark oak wood planks, want to do a plus shape of dark oak wood planks coming out of the very back center of your circle. So you just want to take the center block, left, right, above, down, make a plus shape. Then with your dark oak wood stairs, go all the way around it again, just to kind of make the little pouch that the bird would sit in, and it just end up looking a little something like this. And if you want it to look a little bit more realistic, you could knock out these 3 brown stained clay blocks, because I didn't actually have those in the original design, but I kind of like them, to be honest. I kind of like them looking like that, but nah, you know what, we'll get rid of those. So now it actually looks as though that, like, that's attached to it, but yeah, that's neither here nor there. You either like that or you don't. You could leave it attached, or you don't have to at all if you don't want to. So once you've got that taken care of, you now want to work on the bird. We now want to work on Chuck. You guys know Chuck. So we want to come to the very center of your slingshot. We want to come to the very center of the slingshot here. So it's this center block. And we want to place a white wall on top of each one of these blocks. So can you see right here, center of the slingshot, right at the top, we want to place white wall blocks. We want to go left of each one of those white walls by 3. That's 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. You can do the same just behind it as well, so like that. You then want to take this very left-hand white wall block, and you want to do, with your yellow wall, 2 up left diagonals. So that'll be 1, 2. Then go up by 3. That's 1, 2, 3. Then do an upright diagonal. Go up by 2. 1, 2. Then do an upright diagonal. Go up by 1. Do 2 upright diagonals. That's 1, 2. Go right by 2. 1, 2. Then do 2 bottom right diagonals. That's 1 and 2. Go down 1. Do a bottom right diagonal. Go down by 2. Do a bottom right diagonal. Go down by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then do a bottom left diagonal to connect all the way back to where you first started. So you want to have something which should look just a little bit like this. What you can now do is this. So we want to take this very row that we have here and we want to extend it coming in front of the slingshot by 2 rows. So that's everything. We want to do 1 row and 2 rows. So I did it with the yellow first for obvious, or the white first I should say, for obvious reasons. There's less white than there is yellow, and in doing it with the white we can just mark it out a little bit. So you can see we want to have 2 additional layers of the shape coming out in front of our yellow Angry Bird. So you just want to have those 2 additional layers coming out in front, and it'll end up looking a little something like that, kind of like an egg shape, to be perfectly honest. Well, once you have that egg shape, we now want to, coming out in front of our egg shape, 1 row outwards and 1 row inwards, we want to have like this. We want to, with the white wool first of all, still at the bottom, we want a row of white wool coming up, out diagonally inside of the shape that we've made. Then with our yellow wool, we kind of like want to trace along the inside of the shape, and this is just going to make it look a little bit more 3D. It's going to make the bird look a little bit better. So we just want to trace along the inside of this. You guys can see how this is working, and we just want to end up with something that should look, we're very almost done, that should look a little bit like that, and that's perfect. That is the first layer, just to kind of contour it a little bit, just to make it look a little bit better. Now for the second layer, so we now want to take this row of white wool again, and we want to knock a block off of each end, so ignore each end, and then we want to do another upward, outward diagonal row of white wool like this, coming out in front of the bird. We then want to add a yellow wool either side of that row of white. Then we want to take this very left-hand yellow, we want to go up by 2, 1, 2. We then want to go right by 1 with the yellow. We then want to do a white wool on top of that. Then a black on top of that. Do a white either side of that black, that's white, and we want to do white. Then we want to take out our yellow wool, and on top of this black wool we want to go up by 2 with the yellow, up right diagonal. We want to go right by 1, 2, do a row of 3 yellow on top of that row of 3 yellow. Then starting from that right hand first initial row of 3 yellow wool, we want to do a bottom right diagonal. We want to go down 1, down by 1 with the black, go left and right of that black wool with your white by 1, take that bottom part of the black wool, go down by 1 with the white, go down by 1 with the yellow, right 1 with the yellow, down 1 with the yellow. You'll end up with something that should look a little bit like this. Looking a little creepy, to be honest with you. Now what we want to do is we want to fill in the gaps. So you'll be able to see like around the eyes here, we want to add a yellow wool just behind the eyes coming in. So can you see what I'm talking about? We just want to have that 1 yellow wool coming in behind the eyes like that. We can then fill the rest of this face in with our yellow wool. So just fill the rest of the face in with yellow. Take out your red stained clay. On top of the eyes, we want to, so with this left eye, starting on top of this right hand white wool, we want to do a red stained clay coming out, go left of that by 1, do an up left diagonal with the clay. That's an eyebrow. Coming to the opposite side, we'll start from the left hand side of the right eye, we want to do a red stained clay, go right by 1, do an upright diagonal with the red stained clay, like that. We can then get rid of our red stained clay in favor of, well, we'll just dump the whole thing, in favor of our yellow stained clay. And we want to, starting from, can you see here, where we have this space just below in between the eyes? I know that it's kind of a difficult thing to say, but you guys can see what I'm talking about. We want to take this block here that is connected diagonally between the eyes, just underneath it. We want to take this block, we want to place a yellow stained clay, go down from it by 2. We also want to take the middle block left and right by 1 to turn it into a plus shape. We then want to take this center block here, extend it out by 2, 1, 2. Take the block on top of it, extend it towards you by 1. And that is Chuck's mouth, or beak. I suppose it's a beak, isn't it? So that's pretty much Chuck's face. Quite easy to do, really. There's nothing too complicated about it. Once you've got that taken care of on the front, we now want to come to the back of the bird. So on the back of the bird, we want to, first of all, we just want to match all of this yellow wool that we have surrounding all of the white at the bottom. You can see that we have just the white wool poking out. We want to match that at the bottom with the yellow. And then we want to take this shape that we have at the back here, this first initial egg shape, and we want to extend it coming out of the back by 2 rows with the white and the yellow. That will be 1 row, and this will be 2 rows. And remember that we just want to have that going all the way around. We're adding all of the yellow wool here. We're going to add all of the yellow. I think that this is going to be the first layer. Yep, okay, so this is the first layer. And now we're just going to add, oh, we missed one white wool. Then we're going to add an additional layer of yellow wool, and this is going to be the second layer. So we'll just add this. And once we have this, perfect, we can now start contouring it a little bit. We can now start adding additional layers to this thing. So once you've done your 2 layers, we now want to, for the next row, and this is just with yellow wool, by the way, we want to 1 row inwards and 1 row outwards, so in and out. We want to have our layer of yellow wool inside of the Angry Bird. So we want to have our layer of yellow just inside of the Angry Bird. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. We've already done this for the front once before. It should hopefully make sense to you. But we just want to have that 1 row coming out diagonally of yellow. We now want to add an additional row of yellow, so this is going to be 1 row inwards and 1 row outwards in relation to the previous layer. So we're just going to add all of the yellow here inside. So, and oh, by the way, this second layer is the final layer. So what you can do is you can just completely fill this in. So once you have the shape or the outline of the shape, you can fill it in, or as I'm doing or trying to do, you can just fill in the shape as you go, and you'll end up with something that should look a little bit like that. And you can see that the way that we have the catapult is a little bit different to Red's catapult. It's kind of like getting ready to propel Chuck. So if you want to make the catapults a little bit different, this one's actually a bit bigger as well. I decided to make it a bit bigger because Chuck's a little bit bigger than Red, or at least the statue is. I don't know whether he actually is. I made the slingshot a little bit bigger as well. Once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. So we now want to come all the way to the back of Chuck, and we want to see, it's kind of difficult to explain, but we want to take this top center block in the slingshot, and we want to follow it all the way to the back of Chuck. So use a block, use like yellow stained clay, and you want to find the 3rd block coming out of the, so in the row that you've made, you want to find the 3rd block that sticks out of the back of Chuck. So this would be the 1st block, this would be the 2nd, and this empty space, this would be the 3rd. You can see how this lines up with the top of the slingshot. Destroy the 2 yellow stained clay or whatever you use to place it. Then from this block, you want to do a bottom inward diagonal with your black wool coming towards Chuck. You then want to go down by 1, left by 1. From this perspective, you also want to connect back to Chuck and then go down by 1. So you want to have this sort of shape. And what you can also do is you can take this block that kind of has like this block on the left and the block on the right that connects to Chuck. You can extend this coming one way, and you can extend it coming the other way as well. So you just want to have something which should look a little bit like that, and that is Chuck's tail. Hopefully that wasn't too difficult of a description. Once you've got his tail sorted, you want to come all the way up to the top of Chuck's head. You want to find the front top center block of the head, which is this one. Come 1 block backwards. Do a row of 4 black wool coming towards the back. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, like in the center of his head. Take the 2 center blocks, extend them up each by 1 with the black. Take this left hand one, this back hand one, go up on top of it by 1, and then come back by 1 with your black wool. And there you have Chuck's hair. Very, very simple, very easy. And that is Chuck. Very, very easy, I hope, Angry Bird to make. Very cool looking house, a little bit bigger than Red. The slingshot's a little bit different as well, a little bit more detailed than Red, I think, actually. Very, very cool. And by the way, if you're wondering how this can be turned into a house, I'm going to give you guys a better idea of this when we look at the original version of Chuck. But if you come to the very back center of the slingshot, you can run a row of ladders all the way up the back center, destroy coming into Chuck, like from the back center here, and you'll find that you have a big and massive room, and this is enough room to place like a bed, to have like a little bit of a seating area, to have all of your crafting needs and some chests and stuff. Is it a massive house? No, but it is a very, very cool thing to turn into a house, because it takes very little extra effort. It's very discreet, and I think this it's just a cool thing to also be a house. So why don't I show you the original version of this, and I can show you what you can do with that room. So why don't we have a look at the original version of Chuck? So this is the little room that I have in the original version of Chuck. As you can see, I have a bit of a theme bed. We have like Chuck's face reversed on the inside this thing. We have his nose, his beak, and we have a bed lying underneath it. We have a couple of beacons for eyes. Those serve as lights. We have a couple of additional lights up at the top here. On the left, we have a nice little bit of a library, a bit of a sit-down area. On the wall behind us, Chuck's back, we have like chest. We also have, I'm not sure if we can even open those. We can't, so you could move, you could actually move the bookcases if you want. I only put them there because I thought that they looked quite nice, but you could definitely change that. I added some flowers on the right hand side here. Obviously we have a crafting table, we have a brewing stand, we have a chest, we have a furnace, we have an anvil, so you could move those to the floor if you wanted those to all be operational, and you could of course make it so that the chests were accessible. But very, very colourful room. Also laid down some magenta carpet, and I don't know, it's just a nice surprise to have something like this inside of the statue. Like when you see a statue like this, you probably wouldn't automatically think house, and when you look at it from the outside, you probably don't think, oh, that's a house. But when you come behind it and when you do actually take a proper look at this thing, you do see that this is actually a house, and it's actually kind of cool. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, if you've made Chuck, if you want to make Chuck, please give this video a like, give it a favorite, give it a share. Let me know that you do like builds like this, these custom builds that you guys have suggested. Let me know that you guys do actually want to see me make them, because Chuck was the most heavily requested character that I make into a house next, following a similar theme to Red. Definitely a very, very similar house theme, but I still think that it's a fantastic one, and it works very well in turning him into a house. So hopefully you guys like it. Like, favorite, share if you wouldn't mind. Subscribe if you haven't already. We do loads of weird things around here. I mean, this is an Angry Bird house. Over there we have a chicken coop in the makings. That isn't done yet by any means. On the left of us we have a rabbit hutch. Over there we have a plant pot house. Over there an ice cream parlor. Over there an igloo house that I'm working on. We have loads of things around here. If I keep going further, it just keeps going on and on and on. So if you guys do like this, subscribe. We do loads of weird stuff around here. Comment down below. Let me know. What else do you want to see me make? As I said, a lot of you guys were suggesting the black Angry Bird, the bomb bird. A lot of you guys were suggesting something pig related. Definitely going to do pig related. Might definitely do the black Angry Bird, but I'll probably do the pig first. I'm not sure which one though. Whether I should do like king pig or just a regular pig. We'll have to see. You guys let me know down in the comments. You guys should definitely let me know that in the comment section below. Check out the card system. I'm going to be leaving all of my Angry Birds related builds in the card system. Check that out. Also the description below if you want to hop down there as well. Thank you very much for watching. Like, favorite, share if you wouldn't mind. Subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below. Check out the card system. I'll see you guys in the next video.